Greetings and salutations, one and all. Welcome to the Timeless Gamer Show, where our games and our bodies may grow out of date, but our gaming experiences will forever remain. Hey, it is timeless, and we are now streaming live in Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. And for all of our previous episodes, you can still go to the YouTube channel of the Timeless Gamer Show, or just going to the website timelessgamers.com and to listen to our the audio side of things. You can still go and search Timeless Gamer Show to any place where you get your usual podcast and all. And you can also send us your suggestions, comments, insults, what have you, by sending it to timelessgamers.show at gmail.com. That's timelessgamers.show at gmail.com. And we would also like to give this opportunity to give a shout out to BitMap Books and Streamyard for allowing us to be their official affiliate. And of course, a quick mention to Shuffle Emporium, which reminds me, Shuffle Emporium will be at the TCG Alley buy and sell trade. So they're going to conduct some business right there at the Crystal Pavilion, Okada, Manila. All of you guys back there, right there in the Philippines, they're already doing. So they are there today, Saturday. They will also come back for tomorrow, Sunday. It's a 2-day event, March 29, March 30th, 2025. It's a free entrance. All of the card games that you want and merch, what have you, not just card games, and a few anime and a few merch as well. That is the TCG Alley Buy Sell Trade by Toy Con, the Summer Prelude, Crystal Pavilion, Okada, Manila. Our very own Shuffle Emporium will be there conducting some business. All right, and now on to the show. So previously on the Timeless Gamer Show, we talked about video games based on cartoons, whether it's Hanna-Barbera, whether it's Cartoon Network, Nickelodeon, 80s, 90s cartoons, what have you. If you're curious on our picks, you know where to go. For this episode, guys, we're going to allot a whole episode talking about this thing called Yu-Gi-Oh! And it's a very, very, very niche in particular kind of topic. So, and because some of our usual panelists are not available to do this kind of topic, look no further. We got you covered. So we activated a special magic card to special summon a bunch of a bunch of Yu-Gi-Oh experts right here. Okay, we got Sir Jose.
Hey guys, thank you for joining us in this episode of Yu-Gi-Oh! I have dragged two of my QCFP teammates to come and speak on Yu-Gi-Oh! Here they are.
All right. All right. Thank you for that, Sir Jose. And next we got Sir Wolfram.
Hey, how's it going, guys? I'm dead tired. I just woke up.
Hopefully not too tired to do the
good.
show.
Oh no, I'm good. So excited to be here.
All right. Thank you for that, Sir Wolfram. And of course, we got Sir Kazume.
Hey there, how's it going? Wolfram did he slept a lot. I didn't sleep at all. I'm super hyped to be here. Hi.
All right. Thank you for that, Sir Kazume. All right. So, as per tradition of the Timeless Gamer Show, we will be conducting our show and tell first and foremost, where we present and brag our acquisitions for the last few days. But because this is a Yu-Gi-Oh centric episode, we'll try to keep it a little bit more close to the topic, which is a Yu-Gi-Oh. So Jose, let's start off with you. What you got?
Yu-Gi-Oh centric. I got some older stuff I have. I don't know if I'm gonna pull out I'll pull out a few Game Boy and GBA games because we'd be here all day if I showed off everything. But I have everyone's favorite, Duelist of the Roses.
Classic.
for the
Remember that?
PS2.
hmm We got Yu-Gi-Oh! The Dawn of Destiny on the original Xbox.
Nice.
Dawn of D's.
We got everyone else's
What was
super
up there?
favorite, Falsebound Kingdom on the
Falsebound.
GameCube.
Oh my god.
Stop.
Brought back
Really?
memories.
Falsebound Kingdom.
Uh, this is probably my first Yu-Gi-Oh game was Forbidden
What?
Memories for the
Forbidden
PS1.
Memories. Is
And
that
then
does that even count as Yu-Gi-Oh? Really?
I no, and then we got whatever this says. It's all I know is that it's number 7.
Right.
We got Eternal Duel of Soul,
Nice.
Damn.
For GBA.
and then we got another one. I don't know what it says, but it's number 4. And then we got
I think that's Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Masters 4. Yeah.
we got Dark Duel Stories,
Oh, I had that game when I was a kid.
which I think is number 2 in the Japanese games. I'm not 100% sure, but that's all my Yu-Gi-Oh stuff to show off.
All right. Thank you for that, Sir Jose. Okay, I'll go next. Um, let's start off. Well, most of the things that Sir Jose has, I also have it. So I got Yu-Gi-Oh! Dark Duel Stories for the Game Boy. Is it color or just Game
No,
Boy
color.
Color? There you go. And then we got uh for the Game Boy Advance Yu-Gi-Oh! Eternal Duelist Souls right there.
It's such a
And
good game.
then we got Yu-Gi-Oh! 7 Trials to Glory for the Game Boy Advance. And then we got another Game Boy Advance game, Yu-Gi-Oh! The Sacred Cards. There you go. And then we got Yu-Gi-Oh! Reshef of Destruction, another Game Boy Advance game. And then the Yu-Gi-Oh! World Championship 2004, all Game Boy Advance. And then the Yu-Gi-Oh! Dawn of Destiny
Oh,
for
you
the
got
original
it
Xbox, which I played this game just to see what it's all about. It kind of felt like I'm playing Power of Chaos, kind of.
too.
Um, and then I got Yu-Gi-Oh! GX Tag Force for the PlayStation
Oh.
Portable.
Yep.
Tag
I
Force
remember
2,
that.
really. Tag Force 2. Mm-hmm.
Those two games are
And-
fun. Tag Force 2.
And then I got Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds Wheelie Breakers. Yeah, Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds Wheelie Breakers for the Nintendo Wii. And then we got Yu-Gi-Oh! Zexal World Duel Carnival for the Nintendo 3DS. And of course I got the Egyptian God structured deck, Obelisk the Tormentor, still in box. And then the other one is the Egyptian God structured deck, Slifer, the executive producer.
Oh, I have both of those too.
Mhm.
Somewhere.
Which is bullshit because there's no Ra. There's no Ultra Mega Chicken deck. And apparently, Konami only released these two for some reason. There's
That's
no Ra.
lame.
And I asked the clerk, and I asked her, do you have the Winged Dragon of Ra structure deck? And she said, you know what? You're not the only person who asked that. There's a lot of people asking that. And the answer is no. It's just Obelisk and Slifer. What would it take, Konami? Seriously. Okay, that's all. That's all for me. How about you, Sir Kazumi? Do you have any?
In my hands, no. Actually, Julius, who's in the chat right now, is the one who's holding them for me. If I remember correctly, I have like a Despian deck, which is like more modern. I also have a full deck of what was it called again? Wow, it's my favorite card. I forget the name. Black Rose Dragon.
Black
have a
Rose
whole-
Dragon.
Yeah, that's my favorite dragon. And yeah, sheesh, like it's been a long time since I've even engaged with anything Yu-Gi-Oh. I think last thing I ever touched that was Yu-Gi-Oh was the game that I have in the background right now, Master Duel.
All right. Thank you for that, Sir Kazumi. How about Sir Wolfram? What you got?
Well, like I said before, while most of my cards are in storage, I do have like kind of like two things. One, like Yu-Gi-Oh! I will mention a deck that I used a lot back when I had access to, the my deck was kind of built myself a makeshift like Red Eyes slash Seven Samurai deck. Um, where like the main goal was of course to like get like one of the seven samurai and then like a tuner monster because synchro summons and the old meme from the Yu-Gi-Oh bridge series synchro what but
Single what?
but there is one thing I kind of remember real vaguely back when I was real younger um when there was the Yu-Gi-Oh the movie release and
Oh.
whenever and so I remember getting the
Which one? Pyramid of Light?
Pyramid of Light, yes. And
Wow.
when I got the box, in came with it a I don't know if you guys can see that, maybe I'll turn brightness down. Um but it came with the Blue Eyes Shining Dragon right there.
Nice.
Mm.
As well as not really Yu-Gi-Oh, but I mean still trading card game. I did recently pre-order the Magic the Gathering, the Final Fantasy.
Did you pre-order one for me as well?
Did you ask?
I'm asking now.
Give me address, Zaddy.
You were pulling out card stuff, Sergio, and I was like, oh, I remember seeing this like within my
What is that? What is that
purview.
one?
It's just this
What's that
little
one?
Code of the Duelist Special Edition. It has 3 boosters and then 2 rare cards.
Oh, it's not a structure deck though.
No, it's just I should open it.
Oh, right.
Maybe I'll open it.
All right. Anything else, Sir Wolfram?
It's kind of all I got without having access to the storage unit. So
That's fine. That's fine. Okay, so I think that's it for our show and tell. 15 minutes is a good. It's a good. It's a good time for us. More time to talk about the good stuff. All right. So for this episode, guys, we will have Sir Jose to drive the show forward. Um. Oh, let's talk about the brief history of Yu-Gi-Oh first, and we have Sir Kazumi to tell us when, and where, who, what, who's responsible for this whole thing called Yu-Gi-Oh.
I mean, yeah, no, I could. I need to also make my phone be quiet. Excuse me. No, I was very excited to just talk about Yu-Gi-Oh! Season 0. Do you guys know about that?
Is that the one?
I'm aware of
where
it.
It's not the card game, and he's just playing.
I mean, it's a game, sure. He's
but not the
playing
card
with
game.
his
It's
brains.
it's a game to the Pharaoh,
It-
more
it's-
like where he murders people. Sure.
Yeah,
I mean, hey man, when you get sent to the Shadow Realm, it's essentially the same thing. I mean, but it's
Oh, is that what we
the
call? Is that what we call it now? Shadow.
yeah, definitely. Sheesh. I mean,
Mm.
it's definitely
Fine,
scary when
gosh.
you're a kid to hear all that. Oh, you're getting sent to the Shadow Realm. But no, Season 0 is how he got the title of King of Games. If I remember correctly, Season 0 of the Yu-Gi-Oh anime was it aired in Japan in around like I think April 4th, 1998, and it didn't really last very long. I guess it's because of the themes of the anime, like
Oh,
just
definitely.
committing murder. um, but as for my history with like Yu-Gi-Oh, it definitely goes back to just like maybe season 1. Season 1, season 2. I think where I stopped watching was like after what was it, Yu-Gi-Oh GX, whose theme I still can't get out of my head.
Game on,
Like,
game on.
yeah, it's so corny, and I loved that particular season, particular arc so much because it was so corny, but I loved it. I don't know, it was so, uh, but I fell in love with Black Rose Dragon in season one. Obviously, like this, she was so cool. I forget everyone's name now. Now that I'm here, and I was like, I was like looking it up, like refreshing my mind for like a week, and now I can't talk about it. But it is what it is. As for
I
the
feel that.
history, I think I stopped at around when 5Ds came out, which is ironically when it started getting cooler. So I don't know, man. I guess I do want to ask you guys questions if that's okay.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
Um, let's start off because like my favorite is obviously season one. What is your guys' favorite season? Like, what's your favorite arc? Like, I like original Yu-Gi-Oh. Well, I heard someone mention 5Ds at one point.
For me, it would be the Battle City arc
That was good.
from the original series, Yu-Gi-Oh with Pharaoh with Atem as the main protagonist, Yugi. Only because that's the only that's the only arc that really teach people how to play the card game. And I'm not talking about that bullshit duelist kingdom where anything goes.
Oh
which
yeah, I forgot how inconsistent the anime can be with the with the card game.
but but more about that later. How about you, Soul from favorite arc?
Um, Man, you know what? I was going to say Battle City as well, but to keep everything fresh, I'm gonna go with the Society of Light arc from GX, for two
Oh,
reasons.
hmm.
The first reason is just I really like the character development that some of the members of what was it, Slifer Blue get, especially Alexis. Um, what was it? And also the second reason, which is a
Our
more
boobs were
funnier.
insane, really.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely, bro. But the second
Fucking
reason,
movie.
the funnier reason is because if you watch it in the Japanese dub, it's Dio's voice actor is the leader of the cult. So it's wonderful.
What's the cult leader names again? I can't forget something.
S-
Yes.
Society of Light,
Ah, right.
the name of the arc.
Who, who's the antagonist's name? The big bad Society of Light.
Yeah, I can't remember
Uh,
off the top of my head. I just remember it's like, oh, it's Dio's voice actor. Like
yeah,
that's how I know him by. It's like, oh, Dio.
long hair, white streak in the middle. Keep eluding mine. Okay, continue.
Oh
I'll
yeah, I
remember.
mean that's just it. It's like I said, Battle Seed is just kind of like number one for me, just because of the introduction of the dual discs, the God cards, of course. But again, a close runner up for me is definitely the Society of Light arc.
Right. How about you, Sir Jose?
Um, you know what? I'm gonna piggyback off of yours and say Battle City because that was like the most hype. I remember being a kid and watching it and just being like, I have no idea what the fuck is gonna happen next. Stuff keeps happening, and I'm like, oh my god! I was like, this, like, who thought that this show about a card game could be this exciting?
Right.
But yeah, I would have to say Battle City as well on the original.
Dude, that is
How
so
about
sick.
how about you, Sir Kazumi? Which arc do you got?
Like I said, I just love all of season one. Like all of the original Yu-Gi-Oh anime, all of it, all of it. There's no favorites. It's just everything is great. I vaguely remember GX, and then after 5Ds, which is I actually want to bop myself in the head for not watching it because that was the coolest one, and I still haven't given it a chance. I just know snippets about it because I had certain people spoil it for me, so I guess that might be why. Um, man, I guess no. I think my favorite part in season one was getting to meet Pegasus, and he was so scary until they did whatever the hell they did with him.
Ooh,
Yeah,
cargo boy.
and before that, he was like this like super scary, imposing character, and then he's just like that.
I
But no,
mean,
Oh,
he got
oh,
the
you know what?
Millennium Eye.
he
You
had
know what?
great
For the
development.
life of me, I cannot really remember the Japanese dub, or the Four Kids dub voice, because all in my head I keep hearing the I keep hearing Lil Kuribo's rendition of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I get that. Oh man, my tracking's all it's all wonky now. Um, that said, yeah, no, I think that was my favorite. Is just it's like my earliest memory is seeing the super scary. It was also the around the time where we got to understand and know the existence of uh, the MacGuffins, or rather
Millennium
the
items.
Millennium items. Thank you very
The
much.
little onions, yeah.
Yeah,
Hmm.
and they were so mysterious, and I don't know. I thought that was cool when I was a kid. Now it's
The
like, oh,
Millennium Dildo.
Yeah.
yeah, no, for
Oh,
sure.
excuse me, it's the Millennium Rod. Okay. Let, us call it for what they were. Okay, let's
Let's
let's show them some respect. Which begs the question: did Konami ever release like all of those trinkets in one go? Have they? I mean, I don't remember. I don't remember them selling all of that. The
I
Millennium
don't think so
items.
either.
Like you don't. I mean, you
Really.
don't go around going to conventions and then you'll see something like the Millennium items for sale,
I
cheap
mean,
replica.
actually, yeah, no. I think it was like a couple of weeks ago. I saw a tiny version of Yugi's pendant at a card shop. I think it was a card shop. Vague memories here, but yeah. But that's the only thing I've ever seen, and it was very tiny. It was not the size of what Yugi has.
let's just not pretend that the Millennium Puzzle literally like won't let Yugi lose. It was stated that like
So
at
that's
the
why all
heart
this
of the
cardboard
cards.
bullshit.
Yeah, exactly. Like the heart of the cards is actually the Millennium Puzzle bringing the perfect card that Yugi needs at the top of his deck.
To my knowledge, in the anime, he lost three times. One with
Um,
Kaiba when he was being blackmailed.
Well, yeah, it is being black.
The
the
second one
black man.
with Rebecca when he forced to surrender. No, well, not really, when he chose to surrender. And then the third one against Raphael.
I think you're absolutely right. That's exactly how I remember it.
Hmm.
So on eBay, there is like an actual official Millennium Rod for sale, but it's like almost $400.
What?
Jesus,
Yeah, I'm
that's a
looking
Because
at it
very
right
expensive
now.
because
toy.
it's actual Egyptian gold, guys, straight from the grave keepers to keep.
Straight from the
Mm.
sweatshops in Egypt.
Straight from the Egypt. Yeah,
Dang.
straight from Ishizu's room. Nice.
Whoa.
Okay.
From her
Sir
bedside
Jose.
drawer.
So let's give it to you, Sir Jose. Go.
Okay, so let's see. Okay, we watched it. Okay, did any of us actually play the TCG, and in what capacity did you play the trading card game? Also, I opened that pack, and this is what I got. This is probably the best one.
Oh,
What is
nice.
that? What is that?
It, uh, uh,
What card is
uh,
that?
Hey, that's for sure.
it just says DDD
That's
Wave
that
High
triple
King
D.
Caesar. It's apparently
That's a cool one.
super rare.
That's a whole lot of D's,
Triple
bro.
D's.
Yeah, not 5Ds
Not
yet. But okay, did you let's go with Sir Joe. Did you play the TCG, and how in what capacity did you play it?
No, I have no capacity to play the TCG.
No.
Oh, no, no. Funny story is that because I grew up watching the anime first of all, and then because the first season was all about the duelist kingdom, where originally I thought those were the rules of playing the cards, and then
Summon.
and then when I saw some actual people playing the actual card game, and I'm like, why are they doing it like this? This is this is not how they do it on the show. And then I was cooled by those guys. No, this is actually how you play them. And it wasn't until the Battle City arc that, oh, okay, this is how you play them. And the cards themselves are, I mean, in the Philippines anyway, the cards themselves, even if you buy them per deck or per whether you buy them like a structured deck, or if you buy them as a booster pack, or if you buy them as single cards, they can be very quite expensive. And this was the time when I was still in high school, so and I don't have any monetary functions to buy those cards. So the best that I could have played the games were just the video games. And that being said, I only played the video games even just with the Game Boy emulator, really, Game Boy Advance emulator. How about you guys?
Uh, well, for me, it depends. Do you want me to have fun or do you want me to get serious? Because I have two separate decks. So if you want me to have fun, it's that deck I was talking about earlier, the Red Eyes slash Seven Samurai kind of thing for synchro summons. A mix of old school and 5Ds. OG Yu-Gi-Oh. But if I want to uh, get serious and like start like winning some tournaments, I do have just a really low level deck with nothing but 3 stars or less, because the whole thing on that is I got two gravity binds, which if anyone knows
Oh
that
shit.
effect,
I was going to
anything
say.
over 3 stars cannot attack. So I just have like 3 stars with like 2100 defense, and really the name of the game on that one is to draw Exodia and just wait it out. I will wait you out to win this tournament, and I've actually won a tournament like back in middle school because of that. So not too
So
shabby.
gravity bind exodia combination, right?
Pretty much.
Isn't there a magic card that kind of acts like gravity bind? I forgot what that card is called. It's an infinite magic card. Uh, um, that it will shift any level 4 and above monster to defense position.
Well, that sounds
What card was
familiar.
that?
That
Mm.
does sound familiar.
Yeah,
Um,
Stop attacking.
it's like a support for gravity bind, but it's a magic card instead. I keep
I think it's
forgetting that.
stop attack because if it's let me look that up real quick.
so you actually played in actual tournaments.
A little bit. Like I wasn't like a super like well known kind of guy. I just like played every now and then. But I do see it's not like a continued effect, but like block attacks, like one face-up attack position monster on your opponent's side of the field, change the defense position. So that's another thing I could see. So one I remember at least. But that's an
Mhm.
effect for not all monsters, but a targeted opponent monster.
Oh,
That card
what's the
does
other
sound really
one?
familiar, though. I'm like,
There you go. Level limit area B. There you go.
Mm.
So all face-up level 4 or higher monsters on the field are changed into defense position. Level limit area B. Yeah, infinite spell card. There you go. Oh, and the antagonist for the Society of Light is Sartorius. God damn it. Okay, now I remember. Sartorius. I know something is. Yes, Sartorius. There you go.
Hell
Continue,
yeah.
Sir Wolfram.
Oh no, that's just it. Like that's my capacity
Mm.
with playing it, and it's like I said, it just depends on if you want me to have fun or if you want me to start
Mm.
winning games. Because I mean,
When was the last time you were in a tournament, though?
probably around like high school, around what sophomore year. So what? That's
50 years ago.
no man, just about. God, I was
About 50
16,
years.
so
No, no, I mean because
11,
that was
11
the
years
time.
ago.
11 years ago, because that was the time when people are still enjoying, basic Yu-Gi-Oh structure, not like all of those Xyz summon, those pendulum summons, those bullshit.
Yeah, when did
These old
Secto come
school
out?
rules, man.
Yeah, man,
How
pendulum. That's
about
the first thing I was thinking of.
Sarcasm? Go.
Hey, man. No. My capacity, right, is like how much I've played the actual card game with the nearly cardboard cards. No, yeah, for sure. It was like the original stuff before. Like I actually did quit when Pendulum came out. So, and funny enough, in the virtual card game that I have on my other screen, I am capable of using Pendulum summons. So I don't know what the hell happened there. Other than that, hmm, I remember trying to make my deck like Yugi's from the anime. That never worked. It turned out his entire deck is a total fucking bust. Excuse my French. Like it's BS. Um, and I think that's why I wanted to go for the Black Rose Dragon cards. The one that I have now, it's got a few more modern stuff to it, so it can be viable in sweats, in like tournaments if I felt like it. But I'm not a competitive person. I actually, I'm very tame. I just like the pretty art on the cards.
Same.
It's
Uh,
beautiful.
do, do you usually just use the Black Rose Dragon just to field bomb everything?
Yeah, I like shitting on people's fun. Yeah, I love
That
it. No, somebody will come up with like this big nasty summon of theirs, and I'm just like, oh, okay, destroys the entire field.
Destroy the
Congratulations.
entire field. Mm.
Yeah, just bomb the whole field. Forget about it. But that's just like my for fun deck. In Master Duel, I had a Despian deck with some other cards mixed in. That whenever I drew a specific monster, people would quit on me, so I quit playing the digital game too. It is what it is. My capacity is pretty much like I said. It was the early games. I quit during Pendulum when that was out. I think I played the Game Boy Advance game and the Game Boy Color game, but I was bad at Yu-Gi-Oh back then. I would say I'm a lot better at it now that I'm an adult and I don't have child brain fogging any logic. No more copying Yugi and his BS deck.
copy,
That's
yeah,
Oh,
about
copy,
it.
copy Kaiba's instead, where it's Blue Eyes White Dragon and a check.
I'll take the check part.
all right. Back to you, Sir Jose.
Let's see. My capacity for it. I remember watching the show and being like, "Oh, I want to learn how to play this." And I remember getting like all the theme decks back then because there's the Yugi, the Joey, the Kaiba, and the Pegasus
Yeah, I
one.
remember those. Mhm.
Now, I still have my Joey one somewhere. Or
Did
Yugi,
you have
Yugi and
Twin World?
Joey. Yeah, I don't have the Pegasus one. But
Yeah, I
I
remember
remember
Twin
because
World was
I
very
got
OP.
I think I gave the Kaiba and the Pegasus one to my
I mean, funny you should say that
brother-in-law.
because between Yugi, Kaiba, and Joey, Kaiba's structured deck is the only deck that made sense out of the three of them. Because yeah, because Joey's deck is so hard to pull off, and it's such a
Mhm.
very weak monsters. Yugi even more so. I mean, unless you have the heart of the cards, you won't get the best cards that you want.
Well, the only
At least with
thing,
Kaiba, it's soundly built, really.
one thing with Joey is like, are we talking like OG Joey, where like he had like no spells and no traps, or are we talking about like Joey Battle City, where it's more luck based with like
Luck
dice
based.
rolls and yeah, luck
Continue,
based
Tarzan. Go.
dice rolls, yeah.
Yeah. Um let's see about the games. Okay, it was either Forbidden Memories or Dark Duel Stories. Oh no, Dark Duel Stories I played on emulator. So it was either Forbidden Memories or Eternal Duelist was my first one. And I think that's when I really started to get really into it. But I never competed in any tournaments because I suck at building decks when it comes to card games, so I just stick to the pre-built decks, and then let me see what else. I don't even play anymore. Like I'd play with friends, but they wouldn't really know how to play, so it'd be kind of boring. And then now, just like Kazumi said, I just collect for the pretty cards. So
I have something to say about that though. Like whenever it's my turn, because like, yeah, we love the pretty art, but I have a complaint.
um, what the hell?
Got Julius Blue Moon's comment from Twitch saying, "Remember, he's the one guy who attacked a spell card, and we got attacked the moon. Ah, in the
Wow.
name of the moon." It has Loomis and Umbra.
Let's see. So
Falling out from the ceiling. You gotta recognize.
so we'll move into everyone's choice, dealer's choice, if you will, and then we'll start with Kazumi. You could pick anything to elaborate on, anime, TCG, the manga, or a game.
Elaborating, not my strong suit. Man, I guess the only thing I can really talk about is the amazing art. There's a lot of cards that I really love. You showed off that triple D card. Um, uh, I can't remember my favorite one. It was this like little drummer dude or some magician. It sucks having all these vague memories of a game that I hardly ever play anymore. But it hasn't been that long, so I guess elaborating. I don't know. I think I wish the anime went more in depth in the first season with like the characters. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think GX kind of went in there, and then 5Ds went really in character development, which was really really good for for the anime at least. I never kept up with the manga, which is another mistake I made as a kid. I don't think I have much more elaborations other than talking about season 0, which the anime didn't last very long because again the dark themes. Man, how would you guys feel if you found a bunch of like weird things in a tomb? Like, I don't know, man. How do you get playing cards from an Egyptian tomb? I'm gonna get
Egyptian
stuck on
poker.
this.
I mean, it's
That's
not
where the
like
rod comes from.
sand and rocks. I mean, they had to do something entertainment wise.
Yeah. Oh, that's true though. I guess like.
Yeah.
And
The orgy could only last so long.
The order gets old fast, Man, is this all that we do, guys? Just humping each other?
oh,
Surely we
man.
have something better to do that than having sex all day.
Yeah, I know. I mean, so I guess that kind of explains where my complaint with the newer art for cards these days is that they're all too. They're mostly anime chicks these days, and I'm like, can we go back to the monsters, like the actual monsters? Like, where's the grotesquerie? Like,
that's Sir Joe's forte though, is the anime girls.
I mean, anime girls are fine. The Despian deck that I have it has very anime themes to it, but
I want
after
anime boys.
Oh yeah.
I think you should consult the Despian deck, but that. Give me a second. I needed to process that. No, yeah, no much elaborations. I mean, I just like I understand the memes. I understand Kaiba. If I had that much money, I'd also dedicate my entire soul to a card game, I suppose. Well, Kaiba's extra cool because he tries to make the blue eyes a real creature. And yeah,
Even made a
Nomad
ship out of
Wizard.
it.
Yeah, Nomad Wizard says the 4Kids version was hilariously bizarre. Yeah, absolutely.
Them and their
Absolutely.
finger guns.
Yeah, no man,
You know
four
what? That was
kids is
weird.
insane.
It's funny because you don't
I
notice
remember
it.
that.
You don't notice it until someone shows you a comparison between the Japanese one and the English one. And you're like, oh shit.
Oh no, the first time I saw that, I'm like, why are they holding their hands like that? And at first I thought they were just pointing. And
No, it's a
then I'm
gun,
like,
bro.
why are you pointing like that?
Oh, you're talking about Bandit
Menacing.
Keith.
There you go.
Right?
You.
You.
Oh no, I thought you were talking about Bandit Keith when he was pointing at Pegasus.
Oh, I remember
Oh,
that too. I remember that too.
that was for real. You.
No, no, like he remember when he like got right next to Pegasus and he had his hand like that,
Yeah.
like that. It's like it's because in the Japanese dub he actually had a gun, but it's like in the four kids, it's like oh no, we can't show that, so they just cut out the gun. So, but his finger just like looked like a crooked pointing.
It's like what's his name in the Four Kids version of One Piece. He had a lollipop instead of a cigarette.
I will kindly
Smoker?
remind you, his name is Sanji,
There you go.
Sanji. Oh yeah, Sanji.
and you will put some respect on that man's name.
It's
Let's
Sanhi
put some
now.
respect on Sanji, guys. Come on. All
Oh
right.
man.
For me, I haven't really read the manga that much. Although I did remember some of the OVAs from the zero from episode zero. I remember. I'm not sure if this was included in the Zero series. The legacy of Red Eyes Black Dragon. So I watched that one, and then of course the Pyramid of Light, and then the movie with Paradox feature, and then the protagonist Yugi, Yusei, and Jaden. I watched that one. Uh,
Bonds Beyond
uh,
Time.
there you go. As far as the anime goes, so I watched the anime like back in early 2000s in Toonami. Okay, and of course,
Oh, good stuff.
I'm not sure what exactly drew me in to the show, because it's just cards. I mean,
It was
but
why.
Hot
no, I
games,
mean,
hot
no, I
balls,
mean
hot
seriously, because mine
balls.
didn't really came up until much. I mean, a few more episodes later. So I'm not sure. Tea's okay, but but it's not enough for me to. It's not for me to stick to the show for that long. So I don't know. It's just maybe a few episodes here and there, and I'm like, okay, nothing was on in Cartoon Network. Nothing was on during that time slot, and I said, okay, I'll check this out. Oh, now I remember, because I was curious about Bakura. Because out of all of the characters there, if you're going to look at the opening sequence of the first arc of Yu-Gi-Oh, you got Bakura, the white long-haired guy. Their classmate supposedly, and he doesn't really come up until the later episodes of Duelist Kingdom, and then you'll realize his character was, um eventually of course he'll be the final, not the final boss, but the final antagonist of the season. And there were a few episodes in Cartoon Network that they didn't really show. um they showed the complete arc of Duelist Kingdom, a few censorships like you mentioned, and then for the Battle City arc, it was very sporadic, and then up until the filler episodes with Noah, they stopped. They didn't show it. They didn't show it in our side of the world anyway. Tanami, they didn't show the virtual arc. They didn't show. I don't know. I'm not sure if we did. I'm not sure if our side of Tsunami didn't got the license uh to air the final arc, the conclusion of the Battle City arc, and then I watched some of the episodes in sub form, the Japanese version. So I watched those up until the ceremonial battle. Yeah. And then GX happened, and then with the GX, I hardly watch all of the seasons. The Society of Light arc, very sporadic, really, as well. And then when the whole debacle with UBell, I watched that just by downloading some stuff. And then 5Ds happened. I only watched the first arc of 5Ds, all up to the signers. The Dark Signer arc, yeah,
Oh,
I completely blacked out on that one. It
you
was
gotta
Yeah.
Yu-Gi-Oh, to all its intents and purposes, the episodes around back in the Philippines are very hard to come by, really. So unless there's a network or a channel that will take the licensing and air the show as they are, not really. So unless you have a good internet connection, and you know where to look, you know which MIRC channels would you like to download those episodes. Yeah, not really. I mean, right now, we have anime websites right now where you can watch all of those Yu-Gi-Oh episodes, and I haven't really gotten into those yet. um how about Sir Wolfram?
Well, you know what? It's a similar situation for me. Grew up watching the show, from the early stages. From just the regular Yu-Gi-Oh to the GX, pretty much watched all up to there. I got about like midway to 5Ds before I stopped watching, but I still was playing. But then when they started introducing like these pendulum summons and just these ways to just get these 3,000 to 4,000 attack monsters out on like one turn, and on turn one it's like, what can you do if you can't summon anything on your turn? Then when it's their turn, it's basically over.
Yeah, I mean,
It's
summoning
like,
a bunch of monsters in one turn. I mean, is that against the rules or something?
I mean, like I said, it's just, I guess it like brings a new form of like strategy on, like, okay, well now you got to start like making decks to kind of try and counter these kind of things. Like, again, like another thing, like I'm saying, like include a gravity bind so their high level monsters can't attack you. So but it's just, but with so many other things to also counter that, like the trap disarm spell card, it's just, again, it's real frustrating for like someone who like is still kind of in the old school ways, I guess. It's like it's still like viable, sure, but like nothing like, again, summoning 4,000 attack monster on your first turn, uh, then wait till your next turn to attack. It's just a little bit too much for me, honestly. It's like I'll still like come back to the shows just for like the nostalgia factor, as well as the if I can get my what is it, the um what's it called again? Dark, launch box, right? Yeah. If I can get
Oh
that back
yeah.
up and running, I definitely want to see if I can emulate some PSP games and play the tag team game from the Yu-Gi-Oh GX again, because I definitely had a lot of fun when I had access to that. Um, and I just thought it was like a unique kind of like thing. It had like real great animations too. Um, because like some of the characters had custom animation. It's like, damn, that is so dope, honestly. And I mean, that's just kind of like the only thing I could that I can elaborate on, because it's more so I love the card game in general, but my frustration stems from the more it's advanced, the like more people tend to like rely on certain decks. Like whenever I'm in, not Master Duel, but what was the other one that came out for mobile? I can't remember
Dual
the name of it.
links.
Duel Links,
Dueling.
thank you. And then people that I would try and like play online with would only be running that like blue eyes deck where you get the maiden blue eyes, and then you sacrifice her,
Mhm.
and then you get a blue eyes white dragon,
Oh, yeah,
and
no,
then
that's too much.
yeah, exactly. And it's like people, it's just again, I guess it's a new thing, but I'm just so more old school. Like, summon monster. Monster doesn't die that turn. You can sacrifice it to get like a 5 star. And if you have two monsters, sacrifice that to get a 6 star. Old school ways, or even again like synchro summoning. Like your monster has like a 6 star that you want to synchro summon, so you need a 5 star and a synchro monster with either one or 2 star. I can't remember exactly what the synchro rules are because again, it has been about 10 years. But yeah, that's just kind of my frustrations on the game is especially coming from the mind of an old school player trying to if you have not played for like over like 10 years or like since the early days of Yu-Gi-Oh, I would still recommend you still play, but probably find somewhere that like people aren't using like all these newer cards because like I feel like the old cards just gonna get blown out the water. And again, I guess that's kind
Synchro
of like
summon.
out with the old and in with the new kind of thing, and it's just frustrating, I guess, for me. Again, just as a old school player.
That's where the I don't know where I left it, but the
Yeah.
Yu-Gi-Oh early days collection
Julius
comes.
Boone says tuners and non-tuner to make asynchro. There you go.
Yeah,
For those who are curious, synchro what?
Literally.
you can be my wingman any day. No, you say.
No homo. Yes. Oh,
Right.
yes. No homo.
Yeah.
All of the homo.
If you
All
want
of the
to
homo.
So real quick, guys. It is around 8 o'clock for me right now, so I gotta go ahead and get ready for work. Appreciate y'all having me.
Oh, you
Hopefully, you
gotta
guys have
go.
a. Yeah, unfortunately, your boy gotta work. If I didn't have to work, I'd love to stay for the whole episode, but unfortunately, I do need this paycheck. So,
you,
One
you
more
need to get
card. There you go.
you need to get this on Steam if you want to play Yu-Gi-Oh for all the before all the BS. Oop.
oh,
The
nice.
early,
Yeah, the early days collection.
the early days collection. There you go. All right. All right, Sir Wolfram. Before you go, where can they find you?
Mostly on Twitch. I'm on almost every single day, pretty much as Morning can attest.
Yep.
So or Cosme Morning, whatever you want to call them. Twitch TV, Wolfram37, just like the name, right over there. Search me up. Give me a follow if you want. I do varied content. Uh, right now, also kind of waiting on a commission from a friend of mine. After that's finished, I'm gonna be starting something called like Metal Gear Marathon, where it's
Ooh.
gonna be playing through Metal Gear 2, Solid 2, Solid 3, pretty much all the ones that I do have. Unfortunately, do not have 4, but I do have Rising and Phantom Pain. So definitely look out for that when she gets that finished. But for now, it's just kind of varied stuff. Final Fantasy, Monster Hunter, etc. Yeah, just a whole lot of stuff. You'll see whenever you guys get a chance to check me out.
All right. Thank you for that. Sir Wolfram, everyone. Thank you so much for doing the show with us.
Take care, buddy.
And
You guys too.
so we got a message here from Sir Kurt. I hated Duel Links because their support is useless in restoring my lost data. And I have used real money, just pay to win like Master Duel also. Is that
Yeah.
true?
I
I haven't really
mean,
played Duel Links because
with
I
Duel
refuse to play
Links,
anything mobile.
yeah, with Duel Links, it
Mobile
definitely was
racist.
aggressively.
I'm a mobile racist now.
Yeah, no, absolutely. With Duel Links, it was definitely very aggressively pay to win. I remember that because I played it in an attempt to get back into Yu-Gi-Oh. Master Duel is mostly like if you log in every day and you do your dailies, Dude, I mean, getting decent cards is so easy. I've never spent $1 or a dime or a penny, and I've gotten entire decks out of just. I mean, I have. I don't know if I can like present my screen, but I have a. I'm opening up a pack right now, and
Oh, are you? Mhm.
it's probably gonna be really good. I don't know how
I
to.
remember one of the things that I remembered with the whole series, because with GX they really emphasize on the fusion summoning of all things. And for me, I'm as an old school player, I kind of like that, because you're not just special summoning monster after monster. At least you're putting focus on another aspect of summoning, which is the fusions, right? With the elemental heroes, and then from Jaden, and then you got the cyber deck coming from Zane, and then the ballerinas coming from Alexis, right? And to my knowledge, and I'm not sure if you guys might know this, there's no Yu-Gi-Oh series that would focus on the ritual summon. I mean, they did it
Yeah,
here and there with Yugi, but not really. I mean,
yeah, I
you you will
noticed
you will
that.
only, you'll only see the ritual with Blackluster Soldier and the Black Magician of Chaos and the Masked Beast and maybe Shinato. That's it. I mean, you hardly see any more ritual summons out there, to my
Right?
knowledge. And
I don't think so either. Huh.
it's like they completely forgot. Oh, you can also do ritual summon.
They probably did with all the shit they added.
Yeah, because look, because with 5Ds they introduced the synchro summoning, and then when they introduce and then with Zexal they introduced the Xyz the summoning, and then when we got what's the next one? The one with the pendulum summoning, the one with Yuya.
Damn,
Uh,
The
forgot.
fuck's it called?
seven is that seven? Is that not? That's not Vrains. Um, See, I keep forgetting.
Too damn me.
What's after Zexel? Uh,
Let's see. Arc V,
Damn it!
V
Oh,
Rain.
Arc V. There you go. How could I forget? It's the fifth one in the line. Arc V, of course. There you go. Arc V. Yu-Gi-Oh! Arc V. Okay. Yeah. So they just forgot about rituals. How about you, Sir Jose?
I think my first exposure to Yu-Gi-Oh was in a doctor's office. You know how they always have those magazines, like so you could read while you're waiting. For some weird reason,
Oh yeah.
the doctor's office that I would go to had a subscription to Shonen Jump. So
Oh,
I was
they do? Really?
they did, and I was
Doesn't
like that was
Jump like Japanese Shonen Jump?
yeah. I think it was like the American version, but
The American. Oh, there's an American version of that. I didn't know that. Okay.
yeah, there was, but I don't think it's in print anymore. And I
Right.
remember I picked it up because I was like, "What's this?" Because it had Dragon Ball Z in it, and I was like, "Oh, Dragon Ball
Of
Z."
course. Hmm.
And then, but it also had Yu-Gi-Oh, and it was the actual like it wasn't the card game Yu-Gi-Oh. It was like Season 0 Yu-Gi-Oh, where he was like killing people. And I was like, "What?" I was like, "What is this?" I was like, "This is kind of cool." And it also had One Piece. That was my first exposure to One Piece too, and Shaman King.
Shaman King.
So that was my first exposure to it, and then I remember watching the show and being like, "Oh, this is cool," and then buying the cards and playing the games. I think I'd never finished the original run of Yu-Gi-Oh. I think the furthest I got was the whole. I don't even think I saw the ending. I saw whenever they're battling Merrick, like the
Right.
beginning of that, and I never finished it.
Is that the one with Zork, with his
Yeah.
penis, with his dragon penis?
Yeah, yes.
It's so weird. No, because context wise, because if you're gonna watch the Japanese the Japanese version, so it's really it's a weird hybrid between Zork and then the dragon penis. And then if you're gonna watch the American version, it's completely blacked out. No explanation whatsoever. It's just Zork walking with his two legs, and then there's this black object, like completely blacked out on on his middle part. And if you're not familiar with the Japanese version, you're like, what the hell is that?
I'll look this up right now.
Why is there why is there a big sensor bar in the middle of Zork's body?
I just saw it right now.
No, I mean, where is that?
What the
Could
fuck?
you share
Yeah.
that?
What
Yeah,
the
share
hell?
that one. Share it. For those people who are not aware, Zork is one of the main is one of the final antagonists of the original series. Hmm.
Um,
It took
looks
What is going
Exodia,
on
good.
in chat?
Ra, Slifer, Obelisk, and Horakti to defeat this guy.
Goodness gracious.
Look at right there.
But right there, see. For the benefit of those people who are watching us live, so there it is. So could you maximize that, Sir Jose?
Let me see if I can make it bigger. Let me see.
You know, make
That's what
it
she
bigger.
said.
Ah,
Oh, what the heck? Where did it take me? Oh,
make the dragon penis bigger. Come on.
What am I seeing?
wait, hold on. Let me wait. Hold on.
Right.
Right. Bigger.
So, anyways,
The censorship
wait,
couldn't
hold-
even cover it properly.
Hey, where'd it go? Where'd it go?
there. I mean, there was. I mean, if you're four kids, how else can you? What else can you do?
There we go.
Right. I mean, how else are you going to do this?
What the
Right.
heck?
It just looks like they put a blanket over it.
Like big nutsack.
Oh man.
You know what?
His little nails peek out. Where's it supposed to? I guess. I
Right?
guess the
I mean,
idea is it's supposed to come out of
I'm
his
co-
stomach.
I'm convinced that the Japanese the Japanese makers were like, okay, how can we really screw up the Americans, because they keep censoring everything that we do? How about something that they can never really censor and they cannot really explain? And poor kids were like, oh, hold my beer, we will censor that shit.
Yeah.
We don't have to explain ourselves. We're just gonna censor it.
Oh
Oh,
man.
jeez.
I mean, they had to do something. They could have just cut the whole thing. Well, I don't know. They couldn't have cut the whole thing out, but
So Julius is right. So it took the combination of, they didn't really use polymerization for this. So Atem, the pharaoh, had to use Ra, Slifer, and Obelisk to call forth Horakti, the creator of light. He did not use a polymerization, to my knowledge. I think the key to calling out Horakti would be revealing his true name. So in the series, so he declared out, in the name of the Pharaoh, my name is Atem. I call forth Horakti, the creator of light. As long as Ra, Slifer, and Obelisk is on the field. I'm not entirely sure I'm not entirely sure how the origin the TCG would come up with the summoning conditions for Horakti, though, because as long as you summon Horakti, you automatically win the duel, to my knowledge. Right?
I think you would be right.
It's one of those. I mean, which is weird. I mean, having Exodia is not enough. Apparently, the Exodia is no match for Zork.
I think it's because like at that time, you could it didn't matter if you had Exodia, you could get bricked, but that's like not counting the anime. That's like if you had Exodia in real life, it was easy to get bricked.
Right.
Well, that
Breaking
No, I
that
mean,
that dragon was pretty much bricked up.
yeah. Exodia has not. I mean, Exodia has nothing to obliterate about that dragon dicks. Hmm. That's too much.
Oh my.
It's too much even for Exodia. Come on, guys. You know.
I
Yeah. Uh,
Maybe there's an extra Exodia card where it's his dick.
how about let's so we already burned the first hour of the show. We'll do our quick ad breaks and then we'll talk about more on the video game side.
Okay.
So let's hear here. So let's hear out Bitmap and Streamyard, shall we? Where is it? I lost.
oh.
I keep on losing those. Start your own online live streams, webinars, podcasts, online classes, and virtual presentations with Streamyard. By using Streamyard's user-friendly interface, you can also do simultaneous multi-streaming if you have accounts to Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and other platforms. If live streaming is not your style, video and audio recordings are also available, especially with those who have variable and inconsistent internet connections. The finished output will still come out as clear and well articulated exactly as you originally intended. You can also customize the appearance of your presentation, like green screen effects, facial touch-ups to smoothen out those facial blemishes, multiple cameras for multiple guests joining in the discussion, your own wallpaper on the background, adding your own logo as a watermark, sharing videos from your own computer or other website for added visual aids with or without audio, uploading your own background music if you wish to set the mood when talking, and lots more. Before you can enjoy all of the wonderful full features of StreamYard, you can start with a 14-day free trial by using our link. Not only that you are supporting the Timeless Gamers Show, but you can see it for yourself how easy it is using StreamYard. Do you like playing video games? Do you like reading about history? Do you like learning about video game history? Then you should give yourself the gift of owning some video game history books from BitMap. Since 2014, BitMap Books have published numerous colorful and well-detailed hardbound books about video games ranging from the different video game consoles of old and the various video game genres that will surely pique the interest of its core fanbase. BitMap's team of global video game journalists, players, and illustrators have produced numerous award-winning titles that celebrate the software, hardware, and developers that laid down the foundations for the billion-dollar video game industry we all know and love today. International shipping is also available with careful and considerate packaging from BitMap Books. If you don't want to take my word for it, then you can believe the people, almost 10,000 satisfied customers who submitted their glowing written reviews and video reviews after receiving their books from BitMap. By ordering your first BitMap book using our link, you will also be supporting the Timeless Gamers Show in spreading our love of video games and their rich history. All right. Thank you for that, StreamYard and BitMap Books. So, Thursday, continue.
All right, so Yu-Gi-Oh! Let's see, what are we talking now? Video games. Let's see, what did you guys, or what was one of your guys' favorite video games for Yu-Gi-Oh! Or least favorite? Either one. Sir Joe.
I would say the one that I'm playing right now for the PSP. It's Yu-Gi-Oh! Tag Force 6. It's Yu-Gi-Oh! 5D's Tag Force 6. There you go. Um, oh yeah, because out of I mean the the synchro summoning is all that I could tolerate. Okay, anything more than that, I mean, the XC's summoning, the pendulum summoning, yeah, that's way too much. Too That's just way too many summoning conditions for me already. So I'm just stuck with the 5Ds, tag 4 6. My current decks would be the Black Wing deck, and the Cyber Dragon deck. When I play tag 4 6, and the weird. I mean, since we're talking about the video games, if we go with PC, Power of Chaos, of course. So I played the first. I played Yugi the Destiny, Kaiba the Revenge, and Joey the Passion. And of course, Joey has has all of the cards. I mean, it's just because it's a combination of all of the cards from all of the three games. And for the Power of Chaos series, Joey the Passion has all of the cards per se, but unfortunately, you're only dueling Joey, right? I mean, would have been nice if you're able to duel Yugi and Kaiba as well, but no, we're stuck with Joey and his stupid Brooklyn accent.
Yeah.
So we got the handheld PSP. We got the PC. As far as consoles go, I did. We have one of the things that I remember would be Forbidden Memories for the PS1. This was before Battle City Arc came out. So I'm still familiar with the Duel's Kingdom rules, right? Uh then we got the Battle City arc that happened, and then I saw the PS1 Yu-Gi-Oh! Forbidden Memories, and I'm like, it's basically Duelist Kingdom rules all over again, and and I already had a Game Shark back then, so I've already enabled all the cards right in the very beginning. It just, I mean, it's just so cathartic to summon three blue eyes ultimate dragon in succession without using polymerization at all. Just summon with no summoning conditions whatsoever. You have uh, so uh, everything in your deck are all beat sticks, right? You got blue eyes ultimate dragon. You got Gate Guardian. You got what's the other strongest cards that we got there? The ultimate Great Moth. What else? There's another fusion card like Blue Eyes Metal Dragon. Uh, that one, and then you got three copies of Raigeki, three copies of Harpy Feather Duster, and three copies of Mirror Force. A very broken game, that one. So yeah, I mean, it's fun until you realize when you move into and then when you move into Eternal Duelist Soul for the Game Boy Advance, and like, oh, okay, this is how you actually play the game now. And I remember with Eternal Duelist Soul, I always use the Cyber Steam deck. Are you guys familiar with that? With
I
Cyber
think so.
Steam, with the Cyber Steam, because this was an exploit back then. Because with Cyberstein, you need a very low level card. You need to pay 5,000 life points to special summon a fusion monster from your extra deck. No explanation. Just pay 5,000 life points. Then that's it. So you can potentially special summon Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon using just paying that much life points. You special summon Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon already, right? So if you had, and then you got what? You have, so that will leave you with 3,000 life points now, right? And this is turn kill. What happens if you activate Megamorph with Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon? So that will multiply it double because because with Megamorph it will multiply the attack power of your monster times two if your life points is less than your opponent. So that will increase Ultimate Dragon with what, 9,000 attack points.
Mm-hmm.
And
Damn.
so if you got the if you got Cyberstein, that's a Cyberstein Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon Megamorph combination right there. And because of that exploit, Cyberstein has been banned for life up until this day.
Really?
Yeah, because it was a loophole with Konami and Upper Decks part. They made Cyberstein. I mean, with 5,000 life points, not even, right? So with Eternal Duelist Soul, I always use that. I always use that combination to win my duels all over. And then with Tag Force, with the GX came out with the Tag Force series. I always go with the Cyber Dragon deck, and you guys might be familiar with this because it uses the same mantra as the Ultimate Dragon deck. So when you special summon, when you fusion summon anyway, when you fusion summon Cyber and Dragon, so that's what, 4,000 life points already, right? If you special summon Cyber and Dragon with Power Bond, so that will double End Dragon attack power. So Cyber End Dragon is like what, 4,000
Mhm.
attack points. If you special summon him using Power Bond, so his attack power will be multiplied in two. So that would be 8,000 attack power, right? And he has piercing damage. So even if the opponent is in defense position, 8,000 life points is 8,000 attack power is still too much. So you activate Power Bond and you activate Limiter Removal as well. If you do that, then that means Cyber End Dragon's attack power will be 16,000 attack points
Fuck.
plus piercing damage to the opponent. As long as there's no counter trap on the field, yeah, you can pretty much one turn kill your opponent right there.
God damn.
And also if you use and and I use this strategy with my Cyber End Dragon deck. I also use a DNA surgery. With DNA surgery, if I activate that, I will turn every monster on the field as machine monsters. Why? Because if I summon Cyber Dragon and all of the monsters, and even the opponent's monsters are turned into machines, I can activate that DNA surgery, make every monster as machine monsters, and then I special summon Chimera Tech Dragon. Cyber Dragon plus all of the machine monsters on the field. So I will so I will special summon Chimera Dragon. I will and then so my Cyber Dragon on my side of the field, and the machine monsters now on the opponent's side of the field. I have Chimera Tech Dragon, so and there's no monsters on the opponent's field. I can direct attack.
Damn.
So that's how I use it. And there's also the future summon overload fusion. Are you guys familiar with that one?
Mm-mm.
So with future fusion, this is like this strategy will only work if there's nothing stopping you from attacking your opponent. Like there's no trap cards whatsoever. So you clear out all of the possible obstructions coming from your opponent's side of the field. You future fusion cyber dark dragon. So cyber dark dragon using future fusion, it will uh, it will discard all of the machine monsters that you got from your deck all the way to the graveyard. So let's just say you got let's just say 15, 15 monster cards, 15 machine monster cards, right? On your deck. All of those go to the graveyard because you use Future Fusion to summon Cyber End Dragon. If you use Overload Fusion, you can special summon Cyber End Dragon immediately by removing from play all of the machine monsters from the graveyard. So that means if you have 18 cards from the graveyard, use Overload Fusion to special Cyber End Dragon, and all those cards times 800. If I'm correct. So basically 18 cards times 18 cards times 800. That will be the attack power of Cyber
That's
Dark Dragon,
400.
right? If you use limited removal, how much is that? Times 2.
Oh fuck.
Mhm. Right? And so that's a one turn kill as well, and that's how I usually use my my cyber dragon deck. How about you guys? How about you, Mr.
Oh, my
Kazuki?
brain. See, this is kind of why I actually stopped playing. Like, you come off to me as like a genius. You know?
Oh, my strategy is nowhere in comparison to the craziness that we have right now with the with the
Oh
Yu-Gi-Oh
no,
card game.
absolutely
Mm.
not. If like I while you were explaining, I was dueling someone, and I made a mistake in which I gave them my most powerful card by mistake, right? Because I was like, I skimmed the effect of. I haven't played in a while. I gave them my worst, my strongest card, and I ended up doing what I did with the Black Rose Dragon. I bombed them after summoning. Like I did this thing where it was just like continuously summoning other shit, sacrificing shit, summoning more shit. I don't know. I wish I could see the look on the guy's face because I gave him my best card only to destroy it and then summon it again from the graveyard and beat him with it. Like absolutely a smackdown. It was nasty. It was the nastiest thing, and I can't even explain to you how I did that. I could have in the past, but now it's like I can't believe my deck still works. Um,
How about you, Sir Jose?
Man, that
Video games, go.
the explanation, like, oh my god.
it's really intricate, though, huh?
Yeah,
I'm not a professional player by all means. Just so you know,
Oh, you just like Yu-Gi-Oh.
I just like the game.
Yeah.
I remember, like, a certain Joe. I remember playing Forbidden Memories and being like, what the hell? Like, why can't I just put down this Blue Eyes if I wanted to? Like,
Right.
where's the rules? And then I remember at some point we like I think you could like discard cards. Oh no, you could try because you could like fuse cards for some weird reason.
Which is weird. You know why? Which is weird because in Forbidden Memories there is the polymerization card, but it's weird because sometimes your opponent can just summon Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon without even
Yeah.
using a polymerization card.
Yeah, I remember. I remember that.
What's the rules in this game?
I remember that because I remember me and my brother used to play 2-player, and we both had a set of Exodia in our decks, and we would it would be basically just a race to see who could get Exodia out first. Because we'd do the try to fuse the cards, and it would just discard them, and then you'd get a whole new hand, and then we just keep going until someone would get Exodia. I remember that game also too had its what is it? Those fucking like. I forgot what it was called. What was it? Where it had those symbols, and then like your card would either be stronger or weaker against another card. I forget what it was. See if I can find it really quick.
What?
It was like the I don't know if it's the planets or it might have been
the planet.
like it had like these weird symbols, like it nothing to do with the fucking card game.
Oh,
Oh wait, 90s. There we go.
Mm.
Let me see.
Although I do
Uh,
remember playing the Dungeon Dice monsters.
yeah,
I only play.
it was the planets. It was the guardian stars. So it'd be like Mercury, Sun, Moon, Venus, all that stuff. And I remember that was confusing because I was like, when did this happen in the anime?
Right. Mm.
But Dungeon Dice, I found Dungeon Dice so interesting in the anime. And I remember playing the game and I would be like, this is fun, but I wish like we had more. Like I want to play more Dungeon Dice.
I mean, I believe there was not enough. I don't think the game sold that well.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I think most people. Uh, I think most people just got turned off with the game mechanics of Dungeon Dice monsters, and it would have been. I mean, if if they focus it because in the anime series they only focus like on one episode, really.
Mm-hmm.
I felt that if they really wanted to spin it off, they could have spared like another couple more episodes, just to get just to get the ball rolling further with
Mm-hmm.
Dungeon Dice.
Um, another game I used to play too was it was just called Yu-Gi-Oh! Online. And
Oh, I remember that one. Is that the PC
yeah,
game?
yeah, it was the PC one where you would like run
Mhm.
around like I think like the GX campus or
Hang on. I'm not sure if I know if I know the same one that you guys are talking about, because I remember this Yu-Gi-Oh game on the PC where the character sprites are just drawn like by a kindergartner. I'm not sure. um, the characters themselves, they're very badly drawn, and and then they just use scanned pictures of the cards, and then you play it online with other people. You can also play it offline though. I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with that one.
I I don't know that one. I'm
Mhm.
like, hmm.
Like every week like every week they will always update the card inventory with new cards. Mm.
No, no clue. Wow, man, this
Yeah,
card game's changed so much.
I remember. I remember one of my favorite cards on that game was the satellite cannon.
I mean, it could have been the same one because the same one it had it had two revisions because it was
Mm.
Yu-Gi-Oh! Online and then it was Yu-Gi-Oh! Online Dual Evolution, and then at the end it was Dual Online Dual. I mean, it was Online Dual Accelerator, so it could have been like the original. Because I think when I
You know
jumped
what?
in,
I
it
think
was
that could have been the original before it got revamped
yeah. Because I jumped
further
in at
in. Yeah.
Dual Evolution. That's when I started playing.
Mm.
But I remember I used to play that all the time. I couldn't tell you what cards I was playing with, but I remember I used to play that all the time. That was really fun. And then Nightmare Troubadour on DS. That one was really fun too. I
Troubadour.
like that.
Hmm.
I wish I still had my copy. I thought I did, but apparently I don't.
How about Sarcasm? How about the video games?
That's where I have the least experience. I had the Game Boy Color game, and then I had the Game Boy Advance game, which is where I got like really obsessed with collecting cards to put them in my deck because they had the little codes on the corner of the card.
Oh, do they still have those?
I wonder.
Let
You
me
should
see.
check for me because like
Oh, it does. It does still have the little code in the corner.
that's awesome. That's good to know because man, it's really handy to be able to carry your deck in virtual space, and not have to like get everything again. But yeah, when it comes to video games, I think the only one I've ever played the most in my life was Master Duel, which I'm currently playing right now, and it's tough.
That's the one I haven't tried yet because that's what I hear. I hear that like it's really hard and people are really good on there.
Yeah, there's sweaty people, but it's not tough. It's just, you got to stick to your guns. You gotta try to chain effects together, and that's how you know that's how you'll be able to do it. You gotta be able to counter people's. You gotta learn how to counter the meta deck. The meta deck being the one that, like, the cards that people use the most. You know,
Mm-hmm.
and then just
We got a
working out a way
message
to.
here from Sir Kurt. It's better with Dueling Nexus because it has all the new and old cards with updated tournament rules. Just go with Blue Eyes White Dragon, Red Eyes Red Eyes Black Dragon, or Dark Magician decks to easily understand the game. My friend who doesn't play Yu-Gi-Oh learned just by playing through Dueling Nexus. What's your opinion about Dueling Nexus? I haven't played the game.
Me either. That's what I was gonna tell Sir JDM. If you kind of want to learn like the basics, any of the games on the early days collection. So like just
The Game Boy Advance games, yeah.
yeah, I would say Eternal Duelist Soul, probably a good starting point. So since you guys probably know a little more about it, I want to know why the hell are they on motorcycles in 5Ds?
Okay. Okay.
I did.
Are we talking about that now? All right.
Yeah, because I watched like the first so many episodes of GX, and I was like, "Where the fuck is Yugi?" and then I think one day, like, I turned on the TV and I was like, "Oh, the newest Yu-Gi-Oh is on. Okay, let me put it on." And then they were on motorcycles, and I was like, "What the fuck is going on here?" So I just changed it. I was like, "What?"
Don't do it in real life, guys. Don't play card games on motorcycles. You'll die. Okay. So it's a weird concept, really. So I just played Yu-Gi-Oh 5Ds Wheelie Breakers this morning, and because I watched some of the footage online in YouTube, and okay, how people say it's a bad game. I'm like, oh, seriously, it's not that kind of bad.
No.
I mean, there's a reason. There's a season of Yu-Gi-Oh doing, them doing it like this. So apparently, it plays like Mario Kart and Yu-Gi-Oh at the same time. So the idea is for you to win the race. Like for example, there's 3 laps, right? So there's 3 laps that you need to finish. You need to finish first to win to win the duel, right? And the way you attack your opponents is summoning monsters. Well, at the same time making sure you're ahead, right? And if you s- in there are cards scattered all over the track, and you need to go right in front of those cards, get those cards, and if you manage to get a monster card, you summon them. Okay, once you summon a monster, then you have the option to attack your opponents. If your opponents are a bit so you're what you're going to do is that you need to come close to the next opponent on the racetrack. You attack them directly, or if they have a monster as well on the field, you attack them. The idea is decreasing their life points down to 0, so they can so you'll disable them to moving forward the track. So the more you attack them, the slower they get, and the slower they get, the more life points they will lose. So the idea of wheelie breakers is that you finish the racetrack, and making so that's number one, and number two, making sure that you have the most life points when you cross the finish line. If you don't have those conditions, you lose. And it's very difficult to do it. Actually, it took me a bunch of times to finish the race, because I don't know what the hell I was doing. It took me a while to understand the mechanics, and even the manual. The manual is not really teaching you that much. And even if you go with the story mode, there's no practice mode in this. There's no practice mode. There's no tutorial mode. The game is just, there's nothing telling you how to accelerate, how to brake, how to summon, uh, how to summon your cards, how to attack, how the hell do you attack your opponents? There's nothing. So it took me a few tries to finish the first race. It's a weird concept, really. That's why out of all of the Yu-Gi-Oh games, this is the only Yu-Gi-Oh game out there that you will ride on motorcycles.
So if you
I want to play it.
crash, do you automatically lose?
If you
Crash?
you don't crash.
Oh, he
Um,
don't.
no, seriously, if you don't. Like for example, if you're accelerating way too fast and there's this corner, you'll just bang to the corner. That's it. Like I mean, it's not like one of those video games where you crash onto something and then and then the rider flies off, flies off the bike. It's not like that. You just stop. That's it.
Oh, even in the anime?
In the anime, yeah, they do. They do crash and burn, but in the game they don't.
Oh, but do they lose when they crash in the anime?
Mm.
Is that like an automatic?
Yeah, they technically lose because most likely they're dead or they're severely injured. You know, severe burns.
So is
It's a
this
weird concept, really, but it's fun to look at if you're watching the anime, sure.
is this the only
But
series that has like a weird concept like that?
I believe uh I'm not sure with Yu-Gi-Oh! Vrains. Hmm. Because even with 5Ds, as much as I can remember, they toned down the racing. They toned down the racing halfway through. They just did it normally. Standing like normal people would do.
I'll
Yeah, I
look it up
mean,
for a
though,
second.
if I remember correctly, during the dark signer arc, that's the time when they kind of stopped doing the racing thing, and then after that arc, it's just plain old dueling standing. Yeah.
Hmm. I always wondered about that.
Oh, there's also this Yu-Gi-Oh mechanic where like a speed duel, they say.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
I've
yeah.
Instead
heard
of five cards, you only have
of.
three.
Yeah,
You guys heard of that?
yeah. I have some booster boxes of the speed duel cards.
I've seen them around, but I never really
Yeah.
got into it because I figured it would be even more complicated. You know what I mean? Like I already have to spend time reading the cards.
We got Sir Kurt again saying why I don't recommend the old games, because the search feature and deck building is horrendously slow. With Dueling Nexus, you just export and import a deck file and you're set. You can edit them decks and do faster search for cards. I will agree to that extent only because hey, it's the Game Boy Advance. I mean, expect some limitations in there. I mean, if you're playing, if you're playing Power of Chaos, yeah, the search engine is a little bit faster. Of course, it is PC, and even with the PSP Tag Force games, it has a little bit more. It has a little bit more power compared to the GBA. So let's not throw shade at GBA. I mean, for it still managed what it meant to do.
Mhm.
Um, what else do we got, Sir Jose?
Let's see. Um, you know what? I think that was pretty much it. Unless anyone else wants to bring up any other Yu-Gi-Oh gripe or anything Yu-Gi-Oh-y. Because I asked my question. That's the only thing I had. I was wondering all about 5Ds and the motorcycles.
Was it mentioned that they use the motorcycles also to like dodge monster attacks? Because like apparently everything's like super advanced there. Again, I didn't watch it. I just kind of.
They do have spell cards and trap cards. Yes.
Uh,
Hmm. And although in the game, if the monster tries to attack you, yeah, you can just just
oh,
move left and right so you can
yeah,
you can dodge.
yeah, that's awesome. That's pretty
Yeah.
cool. Okay, maybe I kind of want to play card games on motorcycles now. Maybe I kind of want to
If
do
you have
that.
the Wii, Sir Kazumi, I'd say download it. Just download it and see for yourself how, if you like the mechanic.
Oh yeah.
My, I haven't really. I only played it so little that my advice for you, if you guys are going to play this on the Wii, just even if you don't summon any monster, just just accelerate as fast as you go. Try to avoid any. Make sure you make those corners and avoid being attacked. That's all. As long as your life points are all there, all 4,000 life points are all there, and you finish and you cross the finish line first. Eventually, you'll win the duel. Mm. Because even if you don't get attacked, even if then even if you don't even if you don't get attacked, but you still cross the finish line first, yeah, you still win. Technically, you still win the duel,
Hmm.
to my knowledge, anyway.
Was there any like card specific to being on the motorcycle that like wouldn't work now because you had to be on the motorcycle?
Oh no, with all of the cars that you see on this game, yeah, uh, same cards, same effects. It's just on the
Okay.
motorcycle.
Mm.
Mm. Although you need to acquire action points. Oh, I forgot to mention that. So you need to acquire action points either to activate a card or summon a monster. Like for example, um, so you have Junk Warrior, right? Junk Warrior, for you to able to summon him, you don't need a monster to it's a synchro monster, right? So there's no synchro summoning in here. You'll just receive the card if it's on the field, and you need I think you need to acquire 8 action points, or like like in Pac-Man, like there's these dots.
Mm-hmm.
So moving a racetrack, there's these dots on the field. You get those. If you manage to acquire eight of those dots, then you're able to summon Junk Warrior. No single summoning, you just summon him. That's it, really.
Hmm.
With the
There's a
magic
plastic
cards
bomb in
and
chat.
with the magic cards and the trap cards, they activate the same way. Hmm. No action points required. I mean, so some will activate if you get attacked. Some will activate if a monster got summoned, and stuff like that. Yeah.
Hmm.
Although the cards here like less than 200.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because all you do is just race. There's no option for you to do like normal dueling here.
Oh, okay.
Mm. So unfortunately, with 5D's wheelie breakers, the focus is just card games on motorcycles. You don't do standing style, good old fashioned standing dueling. Nothing. Um, they did release another Yu-Gi-Oh 5D's Wii game where you do normal dueling, no motorcycles. Mm. That's the one that I'm trying to find out actually.
Okay. Hmm. I think the only thing that bugged me on the anime Yu-Gi-Oh, the American one, was how they changed the way the cards look. 'Cause I remember seeing them and being like, "What the fuck? The cards don't look like that." because it was just
I'm
like
trying to remember.
it was like literally like they cut out everything and it was just the monster, and then it had attack and defense, and that was it. Let's see if I can find a picture.
Which one is that?
And the original Yu-Gi-Oh anime, like where they would
Yeah. There's no flavor text in there. It's just a monster
yeah
picture, and then the attack, and then the defense. I think the Americans only did that.
yeah
The dub only did that one.
it was annoying.
In the Japanese version, said the flavor text is in there.
Can I not find a picture?
What else in there in terms of video games? I remember playing. What else? One of the old strategies that you got. You got what can you say about the Destiny board?
I have never played that.
Sarcasm might be familiar with that, the Destiny board.
I think, yeah. Give me one sec, cause like that brings me back to it. Isn't that the?
That's old school.
Yeah, isn't that the? Oh my god, I think that was like the most popular thing to like go about when I was in like I think still in middle school. That's probably why I'm having such a hard time remembering.
There you go. On the left is what they look like in the American.
Isn't
anime.
that the one with the cards that spelled death or something F something?
In the Japanese, it's death, and
Yeah.
then on the American version, it's final.
Final. There we go. Oh my god,
Mhm.
people were stealing like those cards away from each other back in middle school. I remember
Yeah,
actually
because in
having
5 turns,
all the
yeah, in
cards.
5 turns you win the game, right?
Right. I remember having all the final cards, and I got my deck ripped apart for it. But I think Destiny board was fucking awesome. I have no complaints about it. I think it was a
It's
good
that
way
combination.
to.
You know how people back then will use Exodia and Destiny board at the same time.
Yeah, I was just about to mention. Like, I remember that I used it as a counter to Exodia because that's what people were like all about. Oh, Exodia is the best. Exodia is the best. I was like, all right, death. Uh, but eventually, like people caught on. Like all the kids caught on, and they started using both at the same time. And that was just kind of like, after they ripped up my final cards, I was like, nah, I'm not gonna play the card game anymore. These kids are too sweaty. You know what I mean? But yeah, no, I like that kind of effect though, because technically you can't always get it. You can brick before you summon these nowadays.
Ain't this? I mean, I'm not sure because when it was first used, it was not limited at all, and then it got limited to
Right.
only one. Yeah, just like
Right.
Exodia.
Yeah, absolutely.
Um, what else? What other strategy? What other old school strategies that we have back then? Uh, okay, how about we talk about our favorite cards then, Sir Jose? Go.
Oh, favorite cards. You know what? I always like Dark Magician and Dark Magician Girl,
Mm-hmm.
and then the Toon versions. I always like that. The Toon cards were always funny. I'm trying to think of like a more basic card. I mean, who doesn't like Karibo? Karibo's cool.
Yeah. Do la 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 do la 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 la. Do la la, motherfucker.
And then I always like
I laugh so hard when you. I laugh so hard when that happened.
I always like
So-
the Egyptian god cards, but I only have the chicken.
Yes.
I don't have the other ones.
The Egyptian gods.
Yeah.
They were such a big deal back then.
Mhm.
When Battle City when Battle City art came out, they really made such a big deal with the Egyptian god cards. Like even I mean even back then, like God, oh I want to get go. I want to get one of those.
I remember I always liked like Blue Eyes was cool, but I always liked Red Eyes a lot better, like design wise. I don't know
Red Eyes
what it,
Black Dragon.
yeah. Like
Another
trying to see.
popular one was that one. Yeah.
Sir Kazumi, what's your favorite God card out of the three? Let's settle the debate right here between the three God cards. Who's the best?
Man, I remember everybody liked Slifer, but I still really like Raw.
Ra.
Yeah.
Why?
Shiny, gold, fucking awesome.
Chicken.
Mega Ultra Chicken. Why?
Like Ultra Chicken.
So Sir Kazumi likes the Ultra Mega Chicken.
Yeah.
I mean, if we go anime rules, right? Because they can't really, because with the official card games, I think they nerfed him a lot.
Yeah, definitely.
So, to my knowledge, and people stop me if I'm wrong. If you pay 1,000 life points, you can destroy any monster in the field.
That
That's
I
effect
don't
number
remember.
one. Effect number one: if you tribute summon this monster, the total attack power will be the total amount of all of the attack power of all the monsters that you tribute. So, for example, if you got three monsters with all 1,000 attack power, then that means Ultra Mega Chicken will get 3,000 attack power points. So that's his effect number one. Effect number two will be the Phoenix mode. If you pay 1,000 life points, you can destroy any monster on the field. Effect number three, if you can add more to his attack power by sacrificing your life points down to one. So that means if you already got 3,000 attack power from the tribute monsters, and you have 4,000 life points, so you only leave one life point, and then you put the 3,999. You add that to Ross' current power, so that will have you like what, almost 7999 attack power points already, right?
Mhm.
So that's his attack. That's his effect number three. The other effects is your standard god cards. God card effects cannot be targeted, cannot be destroyed by magic, cannot be destroyed by trap cards. Can only be resurrected once. That's raw.
Yeah.
How about you, Thursday?
Um,
Favorite god card?
I always liked Slifer just because he's a dragon and I like dragons. So Slifer was always my favorite.
Slifer. Has a cool effect though. If there's a monster on the if a monster is being summoned on the opposite side of the field, if their attack power is less than 2,000 points, then they get destroyed automatically.
Mhm.
That's I think that's one of his effects. That's Slifer. That's Slifer, the executive producer. And you know what? I'm wearing blue. I'll go with obelisk, right? For if I manage to have 5 cards on the field, I tribute the 3 to summon obelisk, and then I use the other 2 to practically wipe off all of the monsters in the field. So that means if I use his effect, I can clear out all of the monsters in the field. And because there's no trap card or magic card that can destroy me, I can directly attack you with 4,000 attack points. Technically,
That's
so
tough.
that's it. That's tough, right? Only if I have 5 cards on the field, though. And that's although It's a very hard thing to do back then, but right now you can practically do that easily with all the special summoning conditions, right? Sir Julius mentioned here they lose 2,000, but if they reach zero, it's destroyed. Also, the cards you have uh, in your he- uh, the cards you have equals its attack and defense by 1,000 points. There you go. So that means for Sly first attack in, is based upon how many cards you have in your hand. So let's just say you got 5 cards on your hand. You tribute summon Slifer, then you only got what 4 more cards in your hand. So that means you Slifer's power attack power will be like what 4,000. If you don't set any cards, if you don't set any cards down, it will stay 4,000, right? So the problem is like if you set like if you set a trap card and if you set like or a magic card down, so that will bring down Slifer's attack power. Unfortunately, that's the thing.
Mhm.
So anything else?
Has the Dungeon Dice and the Destiny board been the only like not traditional Yu-Gi-Oh games?
For the Destiny what the
Like, because you know how like everything is just strictly card dueling is, and then Dungeon Dice we got the dice. And
I
then
think I think capsule cards, the
Oh yeah,
capsule
there is
card
a different one,
monsters,
huh? I forgot about
the
that
capsule
one.
card monsters, and then you got your um and then you got the dungeon dice. I think they did the RPG route, which you have False Bound Kingdom.
Yeah.
Tell us more about that.
Uh, man, it's been so long since I played it, but it is very RPG. You have, if I remember correctly, you have like a team of monsters. It'd probably be easier if you brought up like footage of it so you could show. Um, I'm like trying to remember because I remember having like 3 monsters that you could attack with, and it was almost like a weird combination of like Final Fantasy / Pokemon.
Right? No, I was going to say actually, yeah. Have you heard about that? Have you heard about this game, Sir Kazumi, False Bound Kingdom for the PS2 and GameCube? I think.
Never played it, man. Like I said, my only experience with the video games is the GBC and the GBA game. That's about it,
The
man.
GBA games.
Yeah, no, just one. just like the first one that
Okay.
came out for it.
So let's talk about GBA games. What's your favorite GBA Yu-Gi-Oh?
Let's see if I can remember the name of it because I only played one.
We
One
got
single
Sacred
game.
Cards. We got World Championship 2004. We got Seven Trials to Glory. We got Rechef of Destruction and Eternal Duelist Soul. There's 5 in here.
Considering these were mostly like from the early 2000s, I'm gonna bet that the one that I was playing as a kid was either either the Sacred Cards or World Championship Tournament 2004.
I would say 2004 too. Yeah, because around that time it has most of the cards already.
Yeah, I'm gonna check out the Sacred Cards though real quick, just to make sure because I feel like that's more familiar. Because I had a GBA since launch. Yeah, it was the Sacred Cards. That's the one. That's
The
the first
Sacred
one I
Cards.
played. Yeah. Oh my god,
Is
that's
it,
nostalgic.
mm. To my knowledge, this is the GBA game where they introduced the god cards, though.
That's right.
How about
I
you,
never
Sir
got to
Jose?
that point.
GBA game, go.
GBA game. See,
Let's keep it GBA.
I have so much nostalgia for Eternal Duelist Soul. But I think whenever I really just started playing, it was always the worldwide edition, the Stairway to the Destined Duel. That's the one I played the most.
What was that?
The Stairway to the Destined Duel.
Wow, I don't have that one.
Yeah, it was
What is it about that game?
that one. It was just I think it was just because it had all the cards and it was like the most up to date one as far as like storyline wise.
Stairway to Heaven.
Mm-hmm. That one.
Uh-huh.
And
Okay,
then it
let's
was like
see.
it was the first one too where like you could buy like any version and play it in any language. So like I downloaded the Japanese ROM before it was out over here, and then it gives
Oh,
you
I
the
remember
option.
this.
It gives
Yeah,
you the
I
option to
remember
play
this
in
now. Yeah,
English. So that
I
one.
remember this. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember this one. I remember you got Yami Barrett, Yami Bakura, and Yami Marek with this one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I played a lot of this game. Yeah.
Oh, seen it. Oh man, it's on here. It's on the fucking early days collection too. I'm about to go play it.
Yeah, this is the Game Boy Advance game where I used the Cyberstein the Cyberstein deck.
Oh man.
hmm Oh, there's also I'm not sure. You can also use the Mahavilo strategy in here. If you guys are aware of the Mahavilo
No,
um,
I'm not.
strategy, so there's this monster card called Mahavilo, level 4 monster. Um, it gains how I'm not sure how many attack points addition. It gains more attack power if you use an equip card on him. Or no. The more magic cards on the field, it gains more attack power. Like for example, if you use United Withstand, if you use Mage Power, you use Axe of Despair, you use um, Benevolent Nuzzler, you use Black Pendant. You know the equip cards where you increase your attack power. Yeah. So aside from the attack power addition, it will give you another addition boost to a Mahavilo. So you can pretty much one turn kill another, your opponent with this Mahavilo. Mm. So not only you will benefit from the attack boost from the equip cards, but you will also gain another set of additional boost attack power depending on how many magic cards you have on the field. So you got equipment cards and field magic counts as well. So if you got 6 magic cards on your zone, yeah, times 6 already. And Mahavilo is a light monster. So if you got Luminous Spark as your field magic card, it will what? It will add another 500 points to Mahavilo. Very broken card that one. You can also use Hourglass of Darkness. Hmm.
Oh shit! I
Uh,
remember
our,
this too. Picking the the
hmm.
packy one.
Hourglass of Darkness. Oh, Hourglass of Darkness is also available on this game. Hourglass of Darkness. When you first summon him, his attack power. I think he's only like a level 4 monster as well. If you summon him normally, his attack power gets half. So you use Waboku or negate attack or something just to make sure he survives the next turn. Because on the next turn, his attack power doubles. So you just need to make sure that he survives the turn when he gets summoned, really, and then you can use him as a beat stick. Mm. These are just one of those early strategies that I learned playing Stairway to Heaven.
Man, I wish I was more into it. I wish I never stopped
Right?
playing.
I'm like, I just play with whatever they give me and hope I win. And Sergio's over
Honestly,
here with all these one hit strategies.
Guys, as like I mentioned, I'm no expert. Okay, if anything, the expert is Julius right there. It's Julius Blumen is more of an expert than I am. He knows more about these about the card games than I do.
Definitely. I grew up with him, so like I've watched him do some insane plays in Yu-Gi-Oh. Um, he's definitely really good at it, and I asked him to like help me brush up on it not too long ago. Excuse me, my avatar is gonna freak out in a second here. But yeah, definitely, he's the one who helped me build my Despian Fallen Angel deck and my current Black Rose Dragon deck. He made it so it's like easier for me to carpet bomb the field if I want to anytime.
Damn. If we ever do another
So what?
Yu-Gi-Oh episode,
So for example, so if you, so you got so you already field bombed the field. So that means you're still on your you're still on your main phase, right? So do you got like so you got a monster that you special summon because you need something to attack on your battle phase though. So what's the plan after you carpet
No.
bomb with Black Rose?
So, if I remember correctly from the last time I played, which was maybe like a year ago now, it would be a lot easier for me to explain it if I had the deck physically in my hands right now, but I don't.
Mm.
Because Julius has them. He's holding on to them because I have like sometimes I have kids come into my room. You know, my mom likes to take care of family member kids and all that, and they come in and they see the shiny cards and the whatever. But what I don't remember how I would do it.
I didn't think it'd come up this.
But typically, if I had to
I didn't
carpet
think
bomb
it'd
the
come up,
field,
but there goes.
it's because I have nothing else but
F
to
them
carpet
kids.
bomb it. You know what I mean?
Carpet bombing. Oh shit! I remembered another strategy with this game.
Oh my god!
And you can also use this on Power of Chaos. Actually, I learned this from Joey. Okay, I learned this strategy from Joey, and I hated Joey for this. And you can also use this on the GBA games. The Kinetic Soldier strategy. Are you guys aware of that?
Uh-uh.
I
Kinetic
think so.
Soldier.
Yeah, from
So,
Julius.
uh, go, Sir Kazumi.
No, I don't remember. I'm just saying you
All right.
gotta. Yeah.
So with Kinetic Soldier, Sir Julius, if you tell me if I'm wrong, with Kinetic Soldier, it gains an addition. So I think his attack power starts with 1300. I think, level 4 monster, right? His effect is that if it battles a warrior type monster, it gains 2000 points attack power. So like what? So you would end up with what 30 like 3000 attack power, right? If it attacks a warrior type monster. So what you do? You act you have DNA surgery and transform all the monster in the field into warrior type, so that when you summon Kinetic Soldier, then you can exploit the additional 2000 attack points, and your and your opponent has nothing else to do, um rather than to face your wrath, really, unless your opponent gets rid of DNA surgery. Because as long as DNA surgery is on the field, all of the monster cards in his field will be treated as warrior type monster. And as long as Kinetic Soldier is on the field, it will gain that 2000 additional points in attack. What a wonderful beat stick that guy is. Oh, no, he's not a level 4. He's level 3. So even if you use Gravity Bind, even if you use Gravity Bind on me, Sir Kazumi, I can still whoop your ass. Yeah, your Gravity Bind won't work on me because he's level 3.
Damn. Are you sure you're not a Yu-Gi-Oh expert?
No. Like I said, these strategies I just learned from these strategies you'll learn eventually by playing with the AI, with the
yeah.
game, with the AI, because they have interesting deck recipes as well, with the computer AI that you're battling, when you duel them, actually. So what I like about the GBA games is that once you defeated an enemy, their deck recipe will also be on view, so you can check their deck recipe, and then you'll eventually find out, okay, this is then you'll learn their strategies on how they use their decks. That's how I learn most of my strategies anyway. Hmm. Especially with Joey and the Power of Chaos, because he uses like 8 different kinds of decks. So it kind of, so when you see him playing Needleworm, oh my God, he's doing the discard deck, right? If he's using the Fusion Gate, oh, he's using a Fusion deck. If you see him using monsters, Earth monsters, he'll summon Giant Rat just to eventually. Okay, if he summons Giant Rat, then that means he's going to summon Kinetic Soldier. And then, oh my God, the trap card. I know that's DNA surgery. So with Joey, it's kind of predictable depending on what cards that he plays. So you really need to work. You really need to have a deck that would counteract any kind of decks, any kind of deck that he'll dish out on you. Mm. And hope for the best that that you win the duel eventually. Yeah. What's your usual strategy with this with the GBA, Saraze?
I just play with whatever card they give me.
Oh bullshit! No.
I'm not good at
same.
I'm not good at building decks.
What?
I've never been good at that. I just play with what they give me, and maybe eventually,
Oh,
maybe
oh,
I'll
seriously?
add a
What?
card here and there.
You only buy the booster packs, and then you'll just use whatever monster who has the highest attack power. You use that. So most
Yeah,
likely, so you kind of use what's the word for it? Like a beatdown deck. Is that the
yeah,
term?
yeah.
So what? Let me guess. Vorth Raider, Gemini Elf, Summon Skull, Goblin Attack Force, Fiend Mega Cyber.
Yeah,
So all of the monsters with all level 4 monsters with what? With 1900 attack points.
yeah. I'm not that. I'm not that good at
Just a
it.
beat stick. You won't win. So basically, if you duel against Sir Kazumi, most likely you'll get Exodiad.
Basically.
Yeah, more than likely.
We got Sir Julius says Pot of Greed is your best friend. Pot of Greed, what does it do?
Uh, that's the one where you can draw 2 cards, isn't it?
That's the meme. Don't you know the meme, Sir Jose?
No, I don't. I don't think I do.
Oh boy.
Sir, Sir Kazumi, what does Pot of Greed do? What does it do, Pot of Greed?
Give me a second. I need to.
Nah. So there's this meme. It's very annoying, really.
Draw 2 cards.
Draw 2 cards. You know how in the anime they keep saying they keep using the Pot of Greed, and they keep saying what it does. And then in and then in the Yu-Gi-Oh! The Abridged series, they made a joke. Oh, Pot of Greed, what does it do? And I think Yugi said something. Oh, Pot of Greed, what does it do? Oh, come on, you know what Pot of Greed is.
It's just
You know what it does?
It's funny
Oh,
because it's
tell
so
me.
simple.
Draw 2 cards.
Yeah. It's
Okay, I looked
funny
it
'cause
up
it's so
now.
freaking simple.
So, something with acquiring an amount of cards, but how?
Just draw pot.
If anything, my favorite card would be Monster Reborn. Maybe. I remembered watching the ceremonial battle. For you guys, it's between Yugi and Atem, the ceremonial battle. So the story is that for Atem to finally rest in peace, Yugi, the kid Yugi, must win the ceremonial duel against Atem, and he activated Golden Sarcophagus. It's a magic card that will prevent the opponent from using a specified card. When the time came for Yugi to, uh, so he so he wanted to special summon Slifer, the Sky Dragon, using Monster Reborn. But with the effect of the Golden Sarcophagus, the effect of Monster Reborn was negated. Okay, it's just the messaging saying that um, Monster Reborn should be Monster Reborn attempt being a resurrected soul. It should be you know, the messaging that the dead must must remain uh, dead. Basically, put them all to rest. So Yugi was crying about activating Golden Sarcophagus because that means he will not Atem will not be using Monster Reborn, which will make Yugi win the game, which will send Atem to uh, to the spirit realm, not the shadow realm.
The purple
so
realm.
it will finally Atem's soul to be finally be at rest. So if he uses that card, so very very emotional episode, the final episode of uh, the f- the first series of Yu-Gi-Oh. Um, Another one would be when I'm not sure if if you guys watch this, when Yugi versus Jaden on the final episode of GX.
Mm-mm. I didn't watch GX really.
Mm.
Once again, vague memories, but I remember being
Very big
very
name.
excited about that
I
episode.
mean, um, Yugi special summoned Slifer, and then Jaden has elemental hero Neos, and for some reason, Jaden chose to attack Slifer, mm. which kind of implies that he lost a duel against Yugi. It's Yugi, come on.
Yeah.
Is that the only other time when he appears in another series?
Not unless you count the movie.
Mm.
Yeah, I mean, to my knowledge, he didn't show up in 5Ds. Most likely, he's dead by then, right? In the not so distant future of Neo Domino City. Oh no! Hang on. I believe Kaiba made a cameo in 5Ds though.
Uh-oh.
So
I'm
if
pretty
Kaiba is
sure.
alive in 5Ds, then that means most likely Yugi's alive during the 5Ds. Sir Julius, correct me if I'm wrong. Um, so yeah, it kind of implies that Yugi is still alive during the 5Ds timeline. Hmm. With Arc V and Reigns, I'm not sure though. Definitely, I don't think so. No. How about you, Sir Kazumi? Favorite card, except for the
My
guy.
favorite
Except
card,
for the card.
like of the classic ones.
Because I know you like you like your Black Rose. What
Yeah,
else?
I was gonna immediately go there. um,
That's a
I
given.
I think there was one that I really liked. Let me see. What was that card that looked like Link? What was that guy's name?
Oh, fucking something. Great Elf or something like that.
There's a lot
Yeah.
of them. There's a lot of them who
What?
looks like Link.
Yeah, the one that looks like Link from The Legend of Zelda. I don't remember his name, but
uh,
you know what I mean.
I know
When it
what
comes to
you
the
mean.
classic cards, that's one of my favorites.
if I see the card, I might. Oh, uh, God damn it.
Yeah,
Um, is this the elf? Yugi's
Yeah,
I
card,
think
the
it's an
obnoxious
elf.
Celtic Guardian. God, Celtic Guardian.
there you
Celtic
go.
Guardian. Thank
There you
There
go.
you
you.
go.
That's the
Oh, I
one.
was right. Okay, thank you. There you go.
Yeah,
Sir Joe says
Celtic
Celtic
Guardian.
Guardian.
I really like that one.
The
It was really
obnoxious Celtic Guardian,
hard.
or
I remember it being.
Little Corbo would mention the bamboozled Celtic Guardian.
But yeah,
Man,
that's
I
that's
had
my
racking my
favorite.
brain with that. Oh God.
Aside from Black Rose. and there's really no other card that's caught my attention except maybe what was that other version of Dark Magician?
Dark Magician
Dark
Girl
Stage.
I think so.
or Magician of Black Chaos.
Oh, it could be Black Chaos. Yeah.
Hmm. Is it the effect monster or the ritual monster?
Uh, Probably Ritual.
Because with the ritual, it's just there's no effect on that one. I mean, you just ritual summon him and then just 2800 attack points. Then that's it. With the
Yeah,
effect monster, yeah. So
that's the one.
tribute two monsters, and you'll get 2800 attack points plus you get to you get to
Broke my neck.
acquire a magic card from your graveyard, if I remember correctly.
Yeah. Says you can target one spell in your graveyard and add it to your hand.
Oh god, I remember that. Yay!
Well, it's time for me to go.
Well, it's time for us to.
I'm,
Well, it's
I'm,
time for us to. It's time for us to go anyway too. So
I'm
that's the
passing
show,
out.
guys. There's so much more to talk about the the Yu-Gi-Oh games. Okay, the anime, manga, video games, trading card games. There's so much more to talk about, but we only have. Uh, we're already 20 minutes above. 20 minutes overtime, really. So thank you all, guys, for being here, and also Sir Julius for schooling us on some of the lore, and Sir JDM as well. We hope that you're a little bit more curious on playing the games. We really suggest you start playing with the Game Boy Advance games. Okay. Well, he's a PC gamer anyway. Do Power of Chaos, really. Start with Power of Chaos if you're PC. If you just want or just use a GBA, the GBA ROMs, whatever is more accessible to you for JDM, and of course Sir Kurt Labrado as well down there on the chat, and Sir Jomar Jomen 10. Um, yep, that's all, and we'll just do our shameless plugs. Let's hear from Sir Jose. Where can they find you?
You can find me on Twitch at Dark Gothic Fate. Any social media, I am also Dark Gothic Fate. Oop, right there. You can find me there, TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, all that stuff, all that good stuff.
All right, thank you for that, Sir Jose, and of course Sir Kazumi. Morning Hearts. Where can they find you?
All right. Hey, you can find me at Morning Hearts on YouTube, on Twitch, on TikTok, on Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it. You can find me basically on any social media, and that's Morning with an OU for when you're feeling all sad.
Morning.
Yeah.
Thank you for that, Sir Kazumi. And yeah, that's the show, guys. And again, just to plug, TCG Alley buy, sell, trade by ToyCon Summer Prelude. Our very own Shuffle Emporium will be in attendance doing business. All of your card games and anime merch, they're all there. Come pay them a visit. They're still there tomorrow, Sunday. Entrance is free. Crystal Pavilion, Okada, Manila. That's the TCG Alley Buy, Sell, Trade. Brought to you by ToyCon Summer Prelude. Come pay a visit to our booth, Shuffle Emporium. There you go. And on behalf of the Timeless Gamer Show, we would like to thank Sir Kazumi and of course Sir Wolfram for being on the show. Of course, on behalf of Sir Dan, Sir Viraj, Sir JDM, Sir Joel, Miss Hinu, Sir Drew, and Miss I. Our games and our bodies may grow out of date, but our gaming experiences will forever remain. Hey, it's timeless. Bye bye, guys.
See ya.